I'm Kelly Dudson.
And I'm Brent Solomon. Today I also found businesses. Lights, camera, action for a total recall, and we're not talking about a movie.
Hey Brent, pretty dramatic pictures behind you.
Pretty dramatic. Let's get right to it. Take a look at the black smoke behind me. Yeah, we need a checklist. Okay, got that.
Yeah.
Got that.
Yeah.
Got that.
Yeah, and extra cash to buy it all.
Yeah,
All right, thanks,
you got it,
Brent.
Pam. He ran this way. Right here, you still see the crime scene tape outside of his home where he later collapsed. We first showed you the pictures live at 5, now new at 6. All right, check this out. Right here, you've got police still posted on the scene. And right here behind me, a fire truck is still parked here. Singer Rihanna taking the stage right here tonight, Sade tomorrow. And what a lot of people do, instead of parking at the arena, they just walk across the street right here.
Good morning, Brent.
Good morning, Natalie. Beginning tonight, 2 ramps along I-595 will be off limits. NBC Miami's Julia Bagg has details. Come on over here. Our photojournalist, Bell, is going to run with me over here. Let's take a look at some of these monster trucks. You may have heard of some of these. You got Instigator over here. You got the El Toro Loco. You've got the Gravedigger right here behind me. Blue Thunder. We've all heard of that. And look at this, the Grinder. And just donate those jeans.
And showing the love, baby.
Spread some love. How do you do it like this?
Yeah, they're good. All right, thanks, Brent. 6:38, 6:39 now, the time.
Starts now.
Homes falling apart around Little Rock. They don't just look bad, they can invite crime. But city leaders are now doing something about it. Good evening, I'm Kelly Dudson.
And I'm Brent Solomon. Today I also found businesses that are joining in on the effort to take back their communities. Here's the Fox 16 bottom line. City leaders say it would cost $49,000 to demolish the 14 homes. St. Mark Baptist Church plans to start construction in July. As for that art gallery, it's opening its facility for community events like a poetry recital that just happened this evening.
The head of
Fox 16 viewers have a lot to say about a controversial issue at North Little Rock High School. Back in March, Terrence Duckworth, Robert Johnson, Shay Lowe, and Chris Adams died in a car accident. They were on their way to spring break in Florida. Now, parents tell Fox 16 News the school refuses to call the students' names during graduation and won't leave 4 empty chairs in their memory. We've received lots of calls and messages on our website. One viewer wrote, "This has to be so hurtful to all of their families and friends. I truly hope the school changes its decision." Another viewer said the senior class should decide to honor their deceased classmates. I would believe that would be fair, appropriate, and most honorable. School officials say they just don't plan to read the names, but they will put the pictures out and diplomas in their honor.
You have one more day to vote early before the big primary elections on Tuesday.
Just one day, the entire nation will even watch Arkansas because we have some big races unfolding here. And considering the importance of these decisions, a lot of people want to cast their ballots right now just to avoid all of those long lines. You know they're coming. Here's Justin Early.
Campaigns.
That's significant, but it's nothing compared to the presidential election in 2008. Arkansans cast 314,000 early votes by the Friday before that election. Voters get one more chance to vote early Monday from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. before the primaries on Tuesday. Be sure to go to fox16.com and check out the You Decide 2010 tab on the left-hand side of the screen. We've provided a variety of election resources for you right there.
Tuesday voter committee.
The White House wants the Clinton Presidential Library to speed up the release of thousands of pages of papers from Elena Kagan's tenure as a Clinton advisor. President Obama wants Kagan to succeed retiring Supreme Court Justice John Paul Stevens. She currently serves as the U.S. Solicitor General. The papers are from Kagan's tenure as a domestic policy advisor and associate White House counsel. Republican lawmakers looking for clues about what kind of justice she might be say they want to review those papers.
Cloudy, kind of sticky out
Yes,
there
it
today.
was.
The sun broke through a little bit when I was at the UALR graduation, but other than that, I'm hoping we can save Sunday.
With this humidity, you can feel it. With that said, let's turn it over to Fox 16's Chris Castleman in the Weather Center because, Chris, everyone's wondering if this hot temperature is going to stick with us.
Brent and Kelly, we did have a rest of the week.
Chris, we'll see you in a few. No word tonight who made a bomb threat that was enough to send 2 Canadian fighter jets out to escort a plane to Vancouver International Airport. The jet, on its way from Hong Kong, landed safely. Canadian Defense Department officials would not release many details about the threat to Flight CX-839. Fire crews stood by as airport security officials assessed the situation, but everyone made it off the plane safely, thank goodness.
Tonight,
The Dutch boy who survived the plane crash in Libya, he's back home in the Netherlands tonight. Sole survivor Ruben van Assaw arrived today on a medical evacuation plane. The 9-year-old's aunt and uncle and the doctor who treated him all came along. The flight from South Africa crashed Wednesday, and investigators are trying to figure out what caused the crash.
President Barack Obama.
All right, now here's a mess. BP takes another shot at siphoning oil away from the gusher in the Gulf.
And as Fox's David Lee Miller explains from Louisiana tonight, the government could now help pay for some of those cleanup efforts.
To see how to get the oil off.
We all know the real world can be tough.
It's tough out there.
New at 9:30, YULR grads are keeping a close eye on the job market.
Can you blame them? And a patient rushes to leave a hospital only to end up in jail? The strange theft that landed her behind bars.
But first, the weather not cooperating at all with film critics today.
And at this hour, still a very active scene. We're all over it. Right now, new at 6, more details from that disturbing phone call, a warning that preceded a tragedy.
And that she's been saying abuse, and she was threatened not to say anything.
That's the warning made to an abuse hotline after the Barahona's granddaughter reported what she saw happening to other children in the home.
Has she ever been abused by them? No, she has not. And how are the other children being abused? They are, when they're being punished, they're being taped up and with their arms and legs and put in a bathtub.
4 days later, 10-year-old Nubia found dead in the back of her adopted father's truck. Monday night, investigators recovered a bathtub from the Barahona home.
And she was scared and had said that being abused by who? Being abused by the grandparents.
Meanwhile, the Barahona's adult daughter is ordered away from her daughter, the little girl who sounded off to authorities.
It was very rare the times I would go into that house. And my daughter always came out so happy, talking about everybody. I never would imagine anything like this.
Taking you back live right now, Miami-Dade police not commenting this morning, only calling this one an ongoing investigation. At this hour, George Barahona sits behind bars without any bail. His wife Carmen not charged yet. Reporting live, Brent Solomon, NBC Miami.
Hi, Brent.
Hi, Pam. Terrorists set off a powerful explosion at Domodedovo Airport in Moscow. State media reporting a suicide bomber blew himself up near the baggage claim area right at the international arrivals terminal. Take a look. You'll see the chaotic scene just moments after that explosion. Not only did 35 people die, more than 180 people were injured. No one claimed responsibility for the blast, although some Islamic militants have been blamed for previous attacks in the Russian capital. Russia's president now vowing to track down and punish those behind the deadly attack. Former White House Chief of Staff Rahm Emanuel is vowing to get back on the ballot in Chicago. An Illinois appeals court ruled Emanuel does not meet the city's 1-year residency requirement to run for mayor. Emanuel indicated he will take his fight to the Illinois Supreme Court, but guess what? Time is ticking. The Chicago mayoral election is less than a month away. All right, you'll want to get a look at this one. It will definitely make you appreciate South Florida's weather. You're looking at a car under a thick layer of ice. Check that out. This happened in New York City. It's what you get when you combine a water main break and freezing temperatures. The owner tried to chip the ice off the car and apparently just busted the back window in the process. Pam, I can't imagine being in that situation.
No, I don't think it was a good idea for him to try to get the ice off with a hammer or anything.
Yeah, maybe if you were there, Pam, you could have helped out.
Yeah, I would have helped out.
You know?
I would have said, dude, don't use the hammer. Let's just get some hot water.
Pam to the rescue, as always.
I know you would have helped out too, Brent.
Oh,
all right.
Of course.
Thanks so much. Coming up on 13 minutes past the hour.